I need to find, this is like my place. Like, do you feel like in your house you just have a place, like your comfortable place that you always are? But anyways, hey guys, welcome back to another video. Actually, this is not only another video, but this is one of the first series that I'm going to be starting. It's a touchy subject. It's an uncomfortable subject, but it's an important subject, and I don't think that anything productive is done in your life if you are, or if you feel silenced by certain things in life that you love and that you feel called to. And let me read you this quote that I posted yesterday on Instagram that I saw that I thought was really beautiful, and it's not there anymore. So there's a lot of unspoken pressure to keep liking the things that you used to like and keep dressing the way that you've always dressed, and to never question what you believe in. And basically, be yourself has slowly morphed into be what everyone knows you as. But trust me when I say, if you just give it up and simply make decisions and take actions based purely on what would make you happy, you'll gain a very comforting sense of self-peace. And that's a journey that I'm always on. And I'm always on that journey, with opening the studio, with starting a podcast that really wasn't the route, or I wasn't really ready for that in my life. Switching to Instagram, you know, trying to share more of my life on Instagram, trying to share more of my life on YouTube, you know, all of the things that we're so afraid to be vulnerable and put ourselves out there. And I am not one at all to feel that way, but I definitely have felt that way with this subject, which I feel like I've built this subject up. But anyways, this is just a little intro on what to expect in the series that I want to touch on. And that series is non-toxic living. It's so great. So just a really little background story on how I got here and what to expect in this series. So I feel like I've always been, so when I got pregnant with Mannix, I knew right away that I wanted to use like non-toxic products, but did I really know what they were? No. Did I really know anything about health and wellness or toxic or anything? Was it as bad? Is it out of control? What I feel like is completely out of control nowadays. And so it's such a rabbit hole of information and so many opinions, and we have all this information right at our fingertips. And it didn't used to be like that 15 years ago, you know, when I was in middle school, high school. And so when I want to say, like, Honest was just like on and popping when I had Mannix almost 5 years ago. And so I remember like putting that at the front line, like I want all the Honest products, but I never really took it for me. I've always been a little bit more health conscious. Like when all of the organic stuff came out, I tried to, and then I fell off a little bit. I would just always try to make better choices. I always have been active, but just because you're active for me doesn't mean that you're healthy. I think it's mind, body, and spirit. And so when I had Mannix, I made sure that I have been using Honest products for the last like I said, almost 5 years. Mannix will be 5 in November, and I use their shampoo and I use their bubble. I used to use their face products for the longest time, loved them, but it's just gotten so out of control that you just don't know who to trust. And every single thing that you have in your home, you're trusting and you're bringing into your home to put into your body, right? And put on your body, put into your body, and you just don't know anymore because everybody's trying to make something cheaper and faster and more like effective, and you don't know, you know, even now with like branding, it's just so out of control. Everything says dairy-free, nut-free, organic, you know, all of these things, but is it really? Like, even when you look at the ingredients on something. And so I don't think I'll be talking much about food. I obviously do want to say, I want to make a couple really good key points. But that was really my journey. When my last 2 pregnancies, Mannix, I had full term. He was a C-section. He was stuck. And then my last child was Jameson. He is 2 years old. He just turned 2 in May. He was born at 28 weeks and he was in the NICU for 2 months, and it was the most traumatizing thing to ever happen to me. And I would love to talk to you guys about that. You can watch a little bit about it in his birthday video. But I started the studio when Mannix was 6 or 7 months. And ever since that day until the day that we closed, I worked my body insanely. I was exhausted all of the time. I always felt, it was like drinking a coffee to me. I was exhausted, but after I worked out, I felt better. But I was definitely not being conscious of the things that I was putting into my body. Both of my children, I listened to all the hunger cues. I don't think that I ate any fruits and vegetables. I certainly didn't worry about it. I thought, I'll get everything from my vitamin. Or I remember receiving some advice like, oh, by the end of the week, you get everything you need anyway. Eat the donut, drink the pop. And I definitely don't want to, nor should anybody ever feel shamed. And I know I feel this way 100% in my heart because I never want to be shamed for making healthy choices. So I will never shame somebody because I get a lot of shame. I get a lot of eye rolls or, you know, whatever. Thankfully, my husband is completely on board and agrees with this new little bit lifestyle change that we've made. Slowly but surely. So much to learn. That's another thing that I want to say. I have so much to learn. I'm not an expert. I'm not a doctor. I am just somebody that's trying to educate themselves because we are so lucky and so privileged to be able to do that through so many different sources of information at our fingertips and make the best decision for myself and for my family. And I feel like it's my duty because I have been so inspired by people that I've met, by certain people in my life for this lifestyle change, that I need to share it. Because if they didn't share that with me and I didn't see that information and get a little curious, I wouldn't be where I am today. And so if I could do that for somebody, that would be the only goal that there is in sharing this information along the way, because it would be so much easier to just do it and not have to deal with the constant, you know, opinions and pushback. But that's where I am because that's something that I love. So I'm definitely not, I'm so new at this and I have a lot to learn. Nothing is written and carved out in cement. Like, nothing is for sure. So I touched on that. I'm not a professional. Do not ever feel shamed about the choices that you've made. So both of my babies, I lived off Olive Garden, I lived off cheeseburgers, I lived off of Dairy Queen, and I'm not gonna shame myself for things that I already have done. All I wanna do is now step forward into where I am now in my life. And I feel like once one of my really good friends told me, once you open the door to it and you take the first step in, you never take one back. And I really feel that. And I feel like I've been so lucky with the studio to master my mental state as much as you humanly possibly could, accept the hard times, the challenges, and the bad days. But I have so much more work in the health aspect of it. And so even though I worked out and have really strong legs, I was not feeling and taking care of my body the way that I should have. And definitely, as a mother of 2 small children, getting the rest and the sleep that I needed. So with that being said, there's a couple things that I have learned along the way. And one of the biggest things is it is so expensive to be healthy, but you don't have to have the most expensive things to start. You just have to slowly do it. Another thing that I've learned is that every single small thing that you do adds up to big results. So even if you're just changing or looking into what type of water you're drinking, what kind of food you're eating, living a life of balance, you guys, like, eat the pasta, eat the ice cream, enjoy life. Like, one of, I should just call them like my teachers. I have some people that I just kind of look up to that I don't even know, that I just, see on social media. And he said, I'd rather eat a happy donut than a sad salad. Like, energy matters. Like, I'm an energy girl. You don't have to have this $600 juicer. There's so many juicers on Amazon that you can get for $55, or you know, it's free to go outside and take a walk. There's just so many different things that we have access to live healthier, better lifestyles. Two people that have inspired me so much on this journey are one of my best friend Amy's. We talk every single day, almost all day, about health and wellness. She has educated me. I trust her. She researches. She's so passionate about it. It's her job to literally, she's a personal chef. She goes into people's homes and feeds them whole foods, makes beautiful recipes, and she is like so inspired me and absolutely changed my life. And the second, and it sounds silly, but this is just me being me, is God. Like, I look back to God on any decisions that I make in parenting and what I'm putting into my body, on how I'm acting, and I reflect at the end of the day, like, what would God want? Like, God wants us to live off of the earth, the land, and it's just gotten so complicated, right? We weren't created to sit on Instagram for 18 hours a day and get our screen recorder, you know, our screen database, or whatever, that thing that tells you how long your screen time's been, or you know, glued to TVs. Like, we were meant to, you know, to get out and explore, and just all of the things. So what else did I want to say? But yeah, that's just my biggest thing. Like, never feel shame, either or, for any choices. You get to lead the life. You have one life, and you get to choose what you want to do with it. And if you want to eat organic foods and drink clean water, that's beautiful. Like, that's amazing. If you don't, that's beautiful and that's amazing. Like, you know, whatever. That's the beauty of life, is we get to do as we please. And so what you can expect in this series are certain things that I have done to switch everything in my life to a more non-toxic living. You're never going to be able to avoid it all. It's just there. It's, you know, it's not going to happen overnight. It's a slow process, but so worth it. So worth it. I'm going to share with you guys like my favorite products that I've switched to, what I'm learning about them, what I like about them, what I don't. So for instance, right now we're in an apartment, and so there's certain things that we're just not going to be able to avoid, and I'm okay with that. That's fine. You know, perfectionism is not something that I am in search for, because who wants to live a perfect life? Not me. So, you know, like, at the end of the day, everything that happened last year has just inspired me and led me to just new beginnings and new interests and new views in life. And, you know, I put an Instagram post the other day talking about, for my birthday, about the things that I used to hope and wish and pray for, all materialistic things, you know, are not on the list anymore for me. For me, all I care about is living a happy and healthy life, and just protecting my energy and protecting the way in which that I live my life. And it's a full-time job. It's so hard. But I want to share with you guys, I want to inspire you, just like the most amazing people in my life have inspired me. And like I said, I always just bring it back to God. I am really excited for the series and show up for you guys the way that I am so grateful that so many people have showed up on social media and in my life for me. So welcome to the Clean Living series. Welcome to, I'm literally sitting on the ground because we have so many boxes. We just got our kitchen table, a couple pieces to that, and so I'm just getting the couches cleaned, like all of the things. But I wanted to, oh, I accidentally unplugged it. This is the Airdoctor. So for me, the three biggest things that I wanted to change was food, water, and air. There's obviously so many other things, like things that we're putting on our skin and in our body, but for me, like air quality, especially living in an apartment, has been really crazy. I've definitely, that is the first thing that, one of the first things that I wanted to invest in, because, and yes, invest. So you have to approach every single thing and say, like, I'm investing. Like, everything is an investment. It is listed on their website for $630. Over 4th of July weekend, I got it on sale for $400. So they're always running sales. I always see that. Tons of people have codes for them and stuff. Hopefully maybe one day I can work with them. So it is very slim, very compact, and very quiet. It obviously has like some different speeds that I can show you, but the biggest things for me, when you think about it, you are spending like 90% of your time in your home, and so the air that you're breathing is so important. And on Airdoctor's website, you can see tons of information. And one of the things that I've learned through them is that, through studies, is that air is 100% more polluted than outdoor air, which is insane, which is believable, because if you think of like the cars and, you know, everything that's going on outside, but then that's coming into the inside. But at least if we're in this kind of space, we can try our best to clean it out, and that's what this is for. I also think with everything that I do and all the decisions that I make are my long-term health effects. So, you know, yes, I grew up on white bread and it's so different now, like just all of those things. So I grew up on, you know, doing these things, and here I am, like I'm still here and I'm healthy, right? But what are the long-term effects? And so that's what this, for me, this investment was for me. And so let me show you guys what it looks like and how to use it. So like I said, really slim, compact. So this circle right here, it shows blue, yellow, and red. So blue means that the air is currently clean. Yellow means there's, you know, some stuff going on, and red means that there's a lot of stuff going on. So it will show you. It kicks on every, I don't even know, because I have it on auto and you can literally barely hear it. So here's the on and off button. So you just turn it on. So it's showing, you know, red, probably because it wasn't reading before. It has different speeds, so if you want to go louder with it. I keep it on auto. You can dim the light, and then it has a timer. Also, best thing ever, especially because once the kids saw it, they wanted to touch all the buttons. If you hold these two down, it auto locks it, so they can't do that. There are notifications for when you need to replace your filters, and they're done. So the filters, these are the filters, but it also filters out animal hair, dust, any gases like formaldehyde, smoke, bacterias, dust, different mold, pollen. The list like goes on and on, but those are just like really the popular things that we all think of. You know, something like building products. I was listening to a podcast the other day on non-toxic living and the things that we're bringing into our home to build, and pieces of furniture and all of the things that, you know, we really can't avoid. And so this makes me feel so much better, especially with the kids, especially with viruses constantly going around. Just to be able to breathe clean air is just like sadly a luxury. But this was just a non-negotiable. So they have 3 different sizes. So I'm just on the website now looking at the sizes because I couldn't remember. So there's one that that cleans air in a 235 square foot area 5 times an hour, or in a 587 square foot 2 times an hour. That was the cheapest one. It says $400. This is one I have. This is the Airdoctor 3000. And it cleans air in up to 505 square feet 5 times an hour, or in 1,262 square feet every 2 times an hour. So I think our apartment's like 1,300 square feet maybe. And then they have the Big Daddy, the Airdoctor 5000. It's $1,000, and the air circulates 868 square feet 5 times an hour, or 2,170 square feet 2 times an hour. So that is, to me, amazing. I definitely want them in every room in the house, but I'm gonna try this one out first and see, you know, the results from it. It's really, really important when doing things, because there's so many different products and so many cheaper versions of things, to really do your research on what sets certain companies apart and why you feel in your gut that you can really trust them. Because you can go to Walmart and buy a $20 filter, but is it getting, you know, all of those things out of the air and giving you quality air? And was it created by somebody that can really back it? So welcome to my newest baby, Airdoctor. I will let you guys know how I like it, but so far it's been 5 days since we've had it, and I think that it's great, and honestly it's really cute. I can't wait to get like our whole setup here behind us, and we can just stick it in the corner, hide it behind a couch, whatever. But it's funny because even when you're cooking dinner, I was cooking dinner last night, and obviously all the smoke and stuff, it was cleaning the air. So I thought that that was really cool. And if you guys have any questions, let me know. I will put the link down below to the exact one that I got and the website if you want more information about it. And yeah, I'll just be chilling here with my Airdoctor. All right, that's my first episode of non-toxic living. I need to come up with a cute name. Let me know if you can think of anything cute to do. I have to think about that. I probably should have thought about that before, but yeah, just me and my Airdoctor just chilling on the daily basis. So I hope you like this. I hope that you like this video. Super short, sweet, simple. Products will speak for themselves. And there's people out there that are working their little booties off to hold these companies accountable and to back what they're saying. And this is one that I really do believe in. So see you guys soon.